Alright, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it's Super here and welcome to another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero video. So, this beautiful game, has been out for a week now. And I've had a chance to play through the story battles, I've had a chance to play online, check out the connection, and check out the costumes, check out all the characters. And I want to talk a little bit about Sparking Zero and pretty much give a little review on the game. Is this indeed the best Dragon Ball game ever created? I have no idea. It might be. It just depends on what your opinion is and what your preference is. So let's get into it. If you guys have been enjoying the Sparking Zero action, make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on the video. It's always appreciated. Thank you guys for all the support on the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero videos. It's been awesome playing this game. So obviously Sparking Zero is pretty much Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 4, right? It's based off that the mechanics of the Budokai Tenkaichi series, arena style fighter, which is definitely not my cup of tea. I had no idea what to expect when I was going to play this game, especially online. I had no problem playing versus the computer, the AI, unless it was the stupid Vegeta Great Ape, which I think it took me about an hour to pass that one part in the story battle with Goku, because I didn't really understand the fact that you had to keep your distance and pretty much just shoot beams at the Great Ape, and that's how you beat him. It takes a little bit of time, but eventually we got through it. But I had no problem versus the AI, but once I went to online, I really got to appreciate the mechanics, the game speed, the movements, the feel of this game, and it's something that I haven't experienced since Dragon Ball FighterZ came out. But that was a completely different type of fighting game, 2.5D fighting game, pretty much a Marvel vs. Capcom style of game with Dragon Ball characters. That is my cup of tea right there. So I'll be talking a little bit more about FighterZ versus Sparking Zero probably towards the end, but right now I want to focus on Sparking Zero. But whenever you play versus somebody, it gets absolutely insane. You feel like you're controlling your favorite Dragon Ball character. This was my first experience, what you guys are seeing on screen, first experience playing online, playing with my favorite character of all time, Broly. More specifically, Super Broly. Z Broly is right up there too. Just in general, Broly is my favorite character of all time, has been for a long time now. And when I started to hit people with ultimates and feel the actual power of this beast, not only that, but once you start sort of getting used to counter vanishing your opponent and playing a little bit around with or getting used to the timing of some of the defensive mechanics, and you're teleporting, then they teleport to counter you, and the speed of the super dash, man, this game feels so good. The movement, the speed, sometimes I even get overwhelmed with how fast things are moving. And this is coming from a guy who really enjoyed the speed and gameplay of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where you could like tag in your character while your character, or you could tag in your partner while your character, the active tag, there you go, I just forgot the name. You could do active tag, and there's just so much going on at once. Sometimes I get more overwhelmed playing Sparking Zero than I did in that game, which is crazy to say. So Sparking Zero gameplay wise has been beyond my expectations. Like seriously, it's just some of the most fun that I've had playing a Dragon Ball game ever. And that's just like the gameplay mechanics, right? One thing that I do have a little bit of complaint about is the story battle. I feel like there should be more cutscenes instead of just, sort of flashcards showing off, what happens through the story. But I understand they probably wanted to spend more of the budget into creating this amazing gameplay experience than, spending the budget on cutscenes. So if that was the case, then that's the case. But the story battles, they're story battles. You're going through like the story of each individual character. I picked Goku first because I wanted to start from the beginning, Saiyan Saga, and at the Tournament of Power. And, you know, Dragon Ball is pretty much the story of Goku, right? So, of course, I had to pick him to go through the story mode first. But you could also go back and play with Gohan and play the Cell Saga with Gohan, witness the transformation into Super Saiyan 2. And you could actually have different endings that are not canon. You have like these alternate endings for characters that are really cool. I don't think I did any because I haven't done anyone other than Goku, and I kept it pretty traditional when it came to my decisions. But it is cool that they give you some alternate endings. But again, they don't have like cutscenes. They're just more like story pages. But you go through that. You unlock characters that way. You unlock costumes that way. You're grinding for. I don't know if you're grinding for Zenny. I think you're just grinding to unlock characters. But moving on to characters, I think there's like 180 characters in this game. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think there's like 180 characters in this game. Absolutely ridiculous. Every Dragon Ball Z character, Dragon Ball Super character that you could think of is probably in this game. And the amount of variety that you have is crazy. So the roster is like the best ever. The roster definitely is the best ever. It's like 180 characters. How can you ask for a better roster than this, right? You have different versions of characters, different like saga characters. You have Goku from the Saiyan Saga, then you have the Frieza Saga Goku, moving on all the way to Super Goku, GT Goku. Same thing with Vegeta and a lot of the other characters. And you could transfer mid-game. You could do fusions mid-game if you have two characters that actually do fusion. So, man, the game is so rich in content. And as a Dragon Ball fan, I really cannot ask for more. This game has lived up, like, not even lived up, like, exceeded my expectations because I didn't really keep up. Honestly, I didn't keep up with the trailers. I didn't really keep up with a lot of the gameplay mechanics or anything like that. I really went into it blind. And I'm very happy that I did because my expectations were that this game is going to be good. But it completely blew my expectations. As you guys have seen, I've been playing the hell out of this game, which I don't know if I intended to do that. At least not as much as Dragon Ball FighterZ, because Dragon Ball FighterZ, I played that for months and months and months. Well, actually, probably like the first 2 years, I was consistently playing that game a lot. So I got tired of how bad the online was, where you couldn't react to a super dash. But let's talk about the online for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So the online, by the way, that damage for Broly is insane. Fully powered up Super Saiyan Broly. Of course, he's gonna do a shit ton of damage. But the online is not delay, or it's delay based netcode. It's not rollback netcode. So meaning that, you know, the game is gonna look good. Like the footage, if you're just watching a video, is gonna look good. But the inputs are delayed. So if you press a button, it might not come out for half a second because it's delay based netcode. But honestly, other than a few connections here and there with, you know, sort of like the connection going in and out, or having like twitchy connection, McDonald's Wi-Fi connection, I cannot complain about my experience online with this game. The connection, for the most part, have been good. So no complaints about the connection, surprisingly, because normally input delay based netcode is horrible. Like, it's horrible. But in this game, and how crazy things get, and the fact that you need your reactions and you need things to be good online in order to react to things, the connection has been like amazing. It's been like ridiculously amazing considering it's delay based netcode. So another huge plus for this game. Let me see, what else do I have to say about this game? Yeah, so on the surface level, right, this is something that I had to learn the hard way as I played more games, ran into more players or more variety of characters. On the surface, this game looks like you're just mashing on square. You're just like mashing, and then you do your super counter or whatever it is, the parry, and then you go from there. Sometimes you teleport here and there, but man, the defensive mechanics in this game they go pretty deep. And once you start running into people who are using the mechanics to their full potential, as someone who is a scrub like I am and don't really have that experience, you get exposed real quick, now that I've actually gone through the tutorial and learned some of the defensive mechanics and some of the mechanics, just basic mechanics in the game that I had no idea about. Hopefully I do better, but that's gonna come with a lot more experience, practice. And check this out, this guy thought he powered down on my ass too. He got too cocky, thought he was gonna get me with that ultra or ultimate. Hell no, I stopped mid-flight, did my own, and Broly's ultimate full power does 30,000 damage. In the video I'm like, okay, this is not gonna kill. Boom, baby. Oh, I guess 22,000 damage. That's insane. I was like, I cannot believe that actually killed. But yeah, this game actually is very reactionary based, especially if you want to counter teleport your opponent. That's why I'm saying, like, when you get people who are actually good, it feels like a Dragon Ball fight. It's crazy because you go in for an attack, they teleport behind you, then you counter their teleport with your own teleport, and then they do the same, and then it gets crazy. So yeah, the battle system in this game actually goes really deep. So I got a lot of work to do if I want to improve in this game, that's for sure. But that's the exciting part. And not only that, even if I never become good at this game, which I honestly doubt that I will, I'm just having a lot of fun playing online. Seriously, I'm just enjoying using Broly, enjoying using Whis, just standing there not doing anything and having Whis just avoid all attacks. Yeah, there's a lot to this game that has really exceeded my expectations. So now, I guess before I give it a rating, which you guys probably know what my rating is going to be, talking so highly of this game, for me, I think the two best Dragon Ball games of all time are Dragon Ball FighterZ and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, because this is pretty much Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on crack. The gameplay mechanic is so fast, the roster is gigantic, a lot of characters have, their own unique moves, their own unique play styles. I think this game right here is just the perfect way to come back to that series. So for me personally, I love Marvel vs. Capcom, and Dragon Ball FighterZ was pretty much a Marvel vs. Capcom game, 3v3 tag team fighter with Dragon Ball characters. To me, that is the absolute peak of potential for a Dragon Ball game, and I really hope that in the future they make a Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, because just to me personally, like I said, it might come down to personal preference for you. For me personally, it does not get better than a Marvel vs. Capcom tag-based fighting game with Dragon Ball characters. That is almost better than a Marvel vs. Capcom game, because it's with Dragon Ball characters. So to me, that's like the peak. But Sparking Zero is like right there. Sparking Zero, I think for a lot of people, is going to be the greatest Dragon Ball game that's ever been created. So to me, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero deserves a 10 out of 10. As much as some people are complaining about not enough like story cutscenes and sort of story aspects to the game, the gameplay mechanics, the giant roster, and the most important thing in a fighting game like this is the actual gameplay mechanics, and this game is nuts. You feel like you're controlling a Dragon Ball character. You feel like you're in a battle straight out of the anime when you're fighting someone, and it doesn't even matter if both of you guys don't really know how to play the game properly. You could just have fun and play with people at your own skill level, and you're still going to be experiencing the most exciting aspect of this game, which is the combat. So that's my review of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Definitely a 10 out of 10. This game is, you know, probably the biggest Dragon Ball game release since Fighters. So yeah, I'm excited for more time and more experience with the game. And that's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you aren't subscribed already, make sure you guys do so. And if you want to see some more, there's videos popping up on the screen right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.